Welcome to Miao-Yao. Miao-Yao constitutes the northern periphery of Southeast Asian languages, being situated between them and Chinese. This is reflected in their common traits. 1.5 syllable words, where the first half of a syllable is easily dropped. These are pre-initial elements or prefixes that have weak semantic and grammar functions. Also, Miao-Yao have large consonant sets and tone systems that resemble that of neighboring Chinese, Kra-Dai, and Vietnamese. The types of tone Sandhi also resemble that of neighboring languages. Miao-Yao have isolated morphology. There is no verbal and nominal inflection. Words don't change depending on number, person, tense, etc. The subject-verb-object-word order is standard. Well, the intermediate position of Miao-Yao is particularly well reflected in the word order. Even within a single variety, two options are usually possible. That, as in Chinese, when the dependent comes before the head, you have a nice car. Nice comes before a car. And the another option is when the dependent comes after the head, as in Thai Kadai and Austronesian. You have a car, nice. Nice comes after the car. Let's talk about possible initials of Miao-Yao syllables. Initial consonants belong to 5 classes. The first class is of prenasalized stops, and here the nasal element is not that of a pre-initial prefix, because words containing it belong to different meaning categories, so they couldn't join the same prefix. Two different tones in syllables, such as mpo, also could be explained if there were two original forms with the voice contrast, a voiceless and a voiced. So both of them, a voiceless mpo and voiced mbo, became a single but with tone differences. The voice distinction in prenasalized stops is rare worldwide. The voice distinction like that one when we have mp and mb. The second class of initials is that of fricatives. They are rare and were mostly imported from Chinese. Only the last one, h, is a native one. In modern varieties, there are new fricatives from affricates and aspirated stops. Also, there are some changes that produce fricatives from semi-vowels, from w and from u. The third class is that of aspirated stops. They occur in few words, so could be of a secondary development. However, only some of such words are Chinese imports, others are native, like words for shell, daughter, girl, finger ring, ethic, and putis. Most of them are Hmong only. The next class is of velars and uvulars. There are no more uvulars in Mien. They all became velars. In Hmong, uvulars are retained, and moreover, new were generated from old Chinese velars. Like in these words, when we have k in Old Chinese and ku and ular in Hmong. What was there in The common Hmong-Mien is unknown, so the capital K is used. So there could be velars and there could be uvulars. However, the velar was retained if it was followed by a back vowel, a back semi-vowel, or a liquid consonant. So, for instance, in the word weich, the semi-vowel w is the back one. So, ku, a velar, was retained. In modern White Hmong variety. The same goes with another two examples. Initial consonants could also be liquids, and here the issue is somewhat complicated because modern varieties usually don't have r, but they have a so-called back l, a retroflex lateral, and that originated from clusters, from three clusters, and it can be seen in Middle Chinese imports, where Middle Chinese has liu, and so does common Mon and common Hmong-Mien, but Zondi variety has this retroflex sound. In Mien, however, the original combination survives, like in the word for 30 grams, liu survives as liu. Ru sound became a velar fricative in East Mon, a retroflex fricative in North and West Mon, and L in Miao-Mien. Contrary to the large variety of initials, possible medial consonants are few. These are liquids, L, Ru, and also Liu, and glides, originally only U. Modern varieties also developed U. This U is of two sources. The first one is from U, between an initial labial consonant and a rhyme beginning in A. Like in these examples. By the way, Luxian Mian has two different types of M. Try to figure out from these examples what is the source of each one. The second source of W in Hmong-Mien is the unpacking of a Chinese labio-velar consonant. Velar consonant plus W labial effect. Like Ku. In all the cases, the original Chinese consonant was unpacked as a combination of a velar consonant plus a labial consonant, as can be seen in these examples in words for tile, catty, and cucumber. It's important to remember that you also can start a rhyme, and we will see this in some next chapters. In this case, they are written differently as letters for vowels, and they are not medial consonants. There are also some restrictions on what initials can be connected to what medials. For instance, within plain consonants, stops and fricatives couldn't join L. Within affricates, they also couldn't join R. And within palatals, they couldn't join even a palatal glide, even U. The 829 common Miao-Yao cognate sets, so sets of words from the same root, of 1 and Mao 95 common Miao-Yao reconstruction, approximately 35% of entries are imports from Chinese. And the most transparent borrowings were already excluded at the earlier stages of the research. Most of these Chinese words are from Middle Chinese, but there are also Old Chinese ones for the concepts of iron, village, barn, and even basic terms. Tonga, to descend, low, short, to be far, to drink, smoke, to sin, cry out, to cut open. There could be three explanations of such large-scale presence of Chinese words in Miao-Yao. The contact between two was so close and long that all Chinese words are imports. All Chinese are inherited from some common ancestor, Miao-Yao and Chinese, while Middle Chinese are imports, and the third explanation that some Old Chinese words are imports, some are inherited, and all Middle Chinese are imported. I don't know if you saw this film, Gran Torino, of Clint Eastwood, but it features some Hmong people, and the story is that many Hmong people immigrated to USA, where they needed to cope with the problems typical for Asian immigrant communities in America. They are mostly the speakers of White Hmong variety. They have their own interesting culture, and you can check out this film. And you also often can find some interesting YouTube channels devoted to Hmong people in America. Probably we will talk about this in more details in future chapters. So thank you for the attention. See you.